The cargo ship Star Runner drifted quietly through the darkness of space, its hull gleaming under the distant starlight. Captain Jack stood at the bridge window, his weathered hands clasped behind his back as he watched the endless field of stars. 20 years of space travel had taught him to trust his gut, and right now something felt wrong. "Sir," called out Tom from the navigation station, "sensors are picking up some strange readings at the edge of our range." Jack walked over to look at the screen. The readouts showed unusual energy patterns, something he'd never seen before. "How far?" "About 50,000 kilometers, coming in fast," Tom replied, his fingers dancing across the control panel. "Whatever it is, it's big." The captain pressed the ship-wide comm button. "All hands, this is the bridge. We might have company. Stand by for." Before he could finish, every screen on the bridge went dark. The main lights flickered and died, leaving only the red emergency lighting. Even the soft hum of the ship's AI fell silent. "Report," Jack barked, already moving to the manual controls. "Everything's dead, sir," Tom said, frantically trying to restart his console. "AI is offline, weapon systems aren't responding." And a massive shape appeared outside their viewport, emerging from what looked like a tear in space itself. The alien ship was nearly 3 times the size of the Star Runner, its hull covered in sharp, angular plates that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. "Pirates," Jack whispered. He'd heard rumors about ships disappearing in the outer rim, but this was his first encounter. "Everyone to manual stations. Now." The bridge crew scrambled to their backup positions. Unlike most modern ships that relied entirely on AI and automated systems, the Star Runner still maintained manual controls, something Jack had insisted on despite being called old-fashioned. A harsh voice crackled through their emergency radio. "Human vessel, your systems have been disabled. Prepare to be boarded. Resistance is pointless." Jack grabbed the manual steering column. "Pete, get down to engineering. See if you can get anything back online. Tom, strap in. The rest of you, mag boots on, and hold tight." The alien ship launched what looked like glowing nets, trying to entangle the Star Runner. Jack yanked the controls hard, making the cargo ship roll in a way its designers never intended. Warning lights flashed as the hull groaned, but the manual systems held. "Sir," Tom called out, looking through the old-style periscope. "They're launching boarding pods." Jack allowed himself a small smile. "Just what I was hoping for." He pushed the ship into a steep dive, then cut the emergency thrusters completely. The Star Runner began to tumble, appearing to lose control. The pirates took the bait. Their boarding pods adjusted course, trying to match the cargo ship's chaotic spin. That's when Jack fired the maneuvering thrusters in a precise sequence he'd practiced for years, but never needed, until now. The Star Runner's tumble suddenly transformed into a controlled spiral. 2 of the boarding pods collided with each other, unable to adjust in time. The third scraped along the cargo ship's hull, but couldn't get a solid lock. "Pete," Jack shouted into his radio. "Now would be good." The engines roared back to life, but not through their normal computer control. Pete had manually hotwired the power systems, bypassing the disabled AI entirely. The Star Runner shot forward, its sudden burst of speed catching the pirate ship off guard. "They're not following," Tom reported, his voice filled with disbelief. I think we scared them." Jack kept his eyes forward as he navigated through the debris field of destroyed boarding pods. "We didn't scare them, son. We confused them. They didn't expect us to be able to fly without computers." He keyed the emergency broadcast frequency. "This is Captain Jack of the Star Runner. Be advised, pirates operating in Sector 7. They can disable ship systems, but manual controls still work. I repeat, manual controls are effective." As they limped toward the nearest space station for repairs, Jack couldn't shake the feeling that this was just the beginning. The pirates had specifically targeted a human vessel, expecting an easy victory. They'd learned the hard way that humans weren't as helpless as they appeared, but they'd be back. And next time, they'd be ready for a fight. Commander Anna stood before the large display screen at United Earth Defense Force headquarters, staring at the growing number of red dots across the star map. Each dot represented another reported pirate attack on human ships in the past month. The pattern was becoming impossible to ignore. "Another successful escape reported, Commander," said Officer Mike, walking into the command center with a fresh data pad. "Cargo vessel Blue Horizon." They followed the Star Runner's example, switched to manual controls when their systems went dark. Anna nodded, adding another marker to the map. "That makes 12 ships that escaped using manual controls. How many were lost?" "3, ma'am. All of them were new automated vessels. No manual backup systems." She frowned, picking up the similarities. The pirates were specifically targeting human ships, but the only ones they managed to capture were the newest, most advanced vessels. It went against everything they knew about space combat. Normally, older ships were easier targets. "Show me the sensor data from all successful escapes," she ordered. The screen filled with readings from different ships. Most showed the same strange energy pattern that the Star Runner had reported. Anna looked closer at one particular detail that kept appearing. "Get me Captain Jack on the comm," she said. "I need to confirm something." Minutes later, Jack's weathered face appeared on the screen. "Commander, please tell me you have good news about these pirates." "Maybe, Captain. In your report, you mentioned that your ship's AI went completely dark during the attack, but your emergency radio still worked. Why?" Jack's eyes lit up with understanding. "Because it's old tech. Simple circuits, no AI integration." He leaned forward. "You think that's their weakness?" "I think that's their whole strategy," Anna replied. "Their shutdown field only affects advanced systems, anything with AI or modern computer controls. They'd probably developed it to fight other advanced alien species." She pulled up more data, this time showing the locations of all attacks. "Look at this. They're avoiding the outer colonies, focusing only on trade routes used by our newest ships. They think we're like other species, completely dependent on automation." "But we're not," Jack said with a smile. "Even our most advanced ships still have human pilots who understand the basics." Anna started marking new points on the map. "The pirates have a pattern. They hit ships here, here, and here, always following the main trade routes. But there's a gap." She circled an area of space. "No attacks reported in this sector, even though it's a perfect ambush point." "Their base," Jack said, "has to be. They wouldn't attack ships too close to home." "Exactly. And now we can use their own strategy against them." Anna opened a channel to the UEDF command. "This is Commander Anna. I need authorization to launch Operation Blackout." The response came quickly. "Explain your plan, Commander." "The pirates think they found our weakness, but they've actually shown us their own. They rely too much on their advanced technology. They don't expect anyone to function without it." She pulled up the design specs for several UEDF vessels. "I want to refit 5 ships with hidden manual controls and old-style communication gear. Make them look like easy targets." "A trap," Jack said, nodding in approval. "But we'll need experienced crews, people who know how to fly without computer assistance. That's why I'm calling you, Captain. How would you like a temporary commission in the UEDF? We need instructors to train our teams in manual operations." Jack straightened his shoulders. "About time. I've got a score to settle with these pirates." His expression turned serious. "But they'll adapt quickly once they realize what we're doing. We'll need more than just manual controls to beat them." "Agreed," Anna said, already planning the next phase. "That's why we're going to give them exactly what they expect. A bunch of helpless human ships with disabled systems, right up until the moment we show them just how dangerous primitive technology can be in human hands." The pieces were falling into place. The pirates had made a crucial mistake in underestimating humanity's ability to adapt. Soon, They would learn why that was always a fatal error. The Ravager chief slammed his fist against the command console, making the holographic displays flicker. Another human ship had escaped their trap. The third one this week. It made no sense. Their technology was superior in every way. Yet these primitives kept slipping through their grasp. "Explain," he demanded, turning to his science officer. "How do they keep escaping with disabled systems?" The science officer nervously adjusted his sensors. "It's impossible to understand, Chief. They're flying their ships like animals. No logic, no patterns, just raw instinct and manual input. Our computers can't predict their movements." Meanwhile, aboard the UEDF training station, Victory, Captain Jack watched as young pilots struggled with a manual flight simulator. Most of them had grown up with AI assistants and automated controls. Learning to fly the old way was like learning to walk again. "You're all thinking too much," Jack called out to the frustrated pilots. "Stop trying to be perfect. Space doesn't care about perfect. It cares about survival." One of the pilots, Ryan, pulled off his headset in frustration. "Sir, with all respect, why are we even doing this? Our normal systems are better in every way." Jack walked over to Ryan's stimulator. "Are they? Tell me, what happens when your targeting computer fails? When your navigation AI goes dark?" He turned to address the whole room. "The pirates aren't just attacking our ships. They're attacking our way of thinking." Commander Anna entered the training room, carrying new data from the front lines. "He's right. We just decoded some interesting transmissions from the latest pirate attack." She pulled up a holographic display showing alien text with translations. "They're calling us primitive and technologically inferior," she continued. "But here's the interesting part. They're also calling us unpredictable and dangerously innovative." Jack smiled. "They're scared. Not of our technology, but of our ability to function without it." The decoded messages revealed more about their enemy. The pirates, like most advanced alien species, had evolved to rely completely on automation. The idea of manually operating complex machinery was as foreign to them as breathing water would be to humans. "Look at this," Anna pointed to another section of data. "Their entire combat doctrine is based on disabling enemy automation and then overwhelming them with superior numbers. They've never encountered a species that could still fight back after losing their advanced systems." One of the younger pilots raised his hand. "But why don't they just shoot us? Why bother with the system disruption?" "Because they're pirates, not warriors," Jack explained. "They want to capture ships and cargo intact. That's why they use the disruption field instead of weapons. They expect their targets to surrender once their precious computers stop working." Anna nodded. "And that's given us time to prepare. While they've been frustrated by our primitive escape tactics, we've been gathering data on their technology." She brought up new images showing the pirate ship's design. Their reliance on automation isn't just tactical, it's structural. They literally can't operate their own ships manually. There are no physical controls. The implications dawned on the pilots. If they could somehow turn the pirates' disruption technology against them. "That's enough theory for today," Jack announced. "Back to the simulators. This time, I want you to forget everything you know about proper space combat. Show me what humans did before computers told us what we couldn't do." As the training resumed, Anna pulled Jack aside. "The trap ships are ready. We've fitted them with hidden manual controls and old-style radio gear, just like we planned. And the special surprise we discussed." Anna smiled. "Engineering team finished it this morning. The pirates won't know what hit them." "Good," Jack said, watching the pilots slowly master their manual controls. "Because I think it's time we showed these pirates why humans never fully trusted their lives to machines. Sometimes the old ways are the best ways, especially when your enemy has forgotten they ever existed." Operation Blackout began on a quiet Tuesday in deep space. 3 human cargo ships drifted along the trade route, their holds apparently full of valuable minerals. To any watching pirates, they looked like perfect targets. New ships with all the latest automated systems. Ryan sat in the pilot's seat of the lead ship, trying to keep his hands steady on the manual controls hidden beneath the fake automated console. Captain Jack's voice crackled through the old-style radio in his ear. "Steady, son. Make it look natural. Let them think we're running on full auto." "Contact," called out the sensor operator. 3 pirate ships emerging from jump points. Classic ambush formation. Ryan took a deep breath, remembering his training. The pirate ships were bigger, faster, and more advanced in every way. But that wasn't going to matter today. The familiar energy waves swept over their ships, and all the main systems went dark. Right on cue, Ryan keyed his radio. "Mayday! Mayday! We've lost all systems. We're dead in space." The pirates took the bait. Their ships moved in closer, preparing to launch boarding pods. That's when Commander Anna's voice came through the hidden command channel. "All ships, execute Operation Blackout. Now." Ryan flipped the switch that had been carefully hidden beneath his console. A modified version of the pirates' own disruption technology, reversed engineered from data collected during previous attacks, burst out from the human ships in a massive wave. Through his viewport, Ryan watched as the pirate ships suddenly stopped dead in space. Their lights flickered and died. Their perfect formation fell apart as their automated systems crashed. "They're offline," Ryan reported, unable to keep the excitement from his voice. Moving to Phase 2. The human ship's engines roared to life, not their modern plasma drives, but old-style chemical rockets that had been secretly installed for just this moment. The helpless cargo ships transformed into attack vessels, surrounding the disabled pirate ships. "This is Captain Jack to all pirate vessels." Jack's voice boomed over the emergency frequencies. "Your automation is down, and unlike you, we know how to fly without it. Surrender or be boarded." Panic filled the pirates' transmissions. "How are they moving?" "Everything is dead. This is impossible." The human ships launched their own boarding pods, simple, mechanical designs that needed no computers to function. Ryan watched the screens as UEDF Marines, trained in zero combat, without smart suits, breached the first pirate vessel. "First ship secured," came the report minutes later. They don't even know how to open their own doors without computers. The pirates are surrendering without a fight. The second ship tried to run, its crew desperately trying to restart their systems. But without automation, they could barely control their own engines. The attempt ended with them spinning helplessly in space. The third ship surrendered immediately. Back at UEDF headquarters, Commander Anna watched the operation feeds with satisfaction. "Send word to all human ships in the sector. Operation Blackout is a success. We now have countermeasures against pirate attacks." Hours later, Ryan stood with Captain Jack in the captured pirate ship's bridge, looking at the alien technology around them. "I don't understand, sir. With all this advanced tech, how could they be defeated so easily?" Jack ran his hand along the smooth alien console, completely devoid of physical controls. "Because they forgot the most important rule of space travel, son. Never trust your life entirely to a machine that can fail." He smiled. "Sometimes the oldest solutions are the best ones. Humanity never forgot that. And today, it made us stronger than any advanced technology." The first major victory against the pirates was complete, but everyone knew this was just the beginning. The pirates would adapt, try new tactics. But now they knew something important. Humans weren't the easy prey they'd thought. And the next time they attacked, they'd find something even more dangerous than disabled ships. They'd find humans who were ready and waiting for them. In the vast hangar of UEDF Station Victory, engineers swarmed over the captured pirate ships like ants on sugar. 3 weeks had passed since Operation Blackout success, and humanity was learning more about their enemy every day. "Look at this," Engineer Bill said, showing Captain Jack and Commander Anna a holographic display of the pirate ship's systems. "Their technology is amazing, but it has a fatal flaw. There's no backup for anything. It's all or nothing." Jack picked up a piece of alien hardware, turning it in his hands. They built their entire civilization around the idea that automated systems can't fail. Never even considered what would happen if they did. That's not the best part, Anna said, leading them to a sealed chamber where teams worked on the pirates' disruption technology. We've figured out how their system killer works, and we've made it better. The chamber contained a modified version of the pirates' device, but with a distinctly human touch. Where the alien version was sleek and automated, this one had manual controls, backup systems, and could be repaired with basic tools. We're calling it the Blackout Box, Anna explained. But unlike their version, ours can be selective. We can choose which systems to shut down and which to leave running. The implications were huge. The pirates' greatest weapon was now in human hands, improved by human ingenuity. News of the captured ships spread quickly through space. The Ravagers' reputation for being unstoppable began to crumble. Other alien species, who had long suffered from pirate attacks, started paying attention to these strange humans who could fight without computers. At a space station near the border of known space, a group of alien merchants approached a human trade delegation. Their translator spoke carefully. "We hear you can fight the Ravagers. Our people would pay well for such knowledge." The humans shared what they could, not the technology itself, but the basic principle that saved them. Never rely completely on automation. Keep the old ways alive alongside the new. It was a lesson many alien species had forgotten. Back on the captured pirate ships, Ryan was training the new group of pilots. Instead of using simulators, they were learning in real pirate vessels, understanding how the enemy thought and fought. "They expect us to panic when our systems go dark," he explained to his students. "That's their first mistake. Their second mistake is thinking that advanced technology always beats basic skills." A warning alarm suddenly blared through the station. Multiple pirate ships detected in nearby sectors. The announcement echoed, "All combat personnel to stations." But this time, instead of fear, there was excitement among the human crews. The pirates had changed their tactics, attacking in larger groups with modified weapons. But humans had changed too. The UEDF response fleet launched within minutes. Their ships looked normal on the outside, but inside they were unique hybrids of human and pirate technology. Manual controls sat next to advanced computers. Old-style radio equipment backed up quantum communicators. Every system had a backup, and every backup had a manual override. "They're learning," Jack said from the bridge of the lead ship, watching the tactical display. "But so are we. And we're learning faster." The pirates had expected their first defeats to be a temporary setback. Instead, they found themselves facing an enemy that grew stronger with each encounter. Human ships were no longer easy targets. They were now considered high-risk prey to be avoided at all costs. As the UEDF fleet moved to engage the pirates, Anna's voice came over the command channel. "Remember your training. Use everything, old and new, manual and automatic. Show them why humanity never forgot its roots even as it reached for the stars." The battle that followed would teach the pirates a harsh lesson. It wasn't humans who were primitive. It was the belief that abandoning your past made you superior to those who remembered it. Red alert sirens blared through Haven Colony, the largest human settlement in the Outer Rim. On the colony's Defense Command Center, Commander Anna stared at the tactical display with growing concern. 15 pirate ships had just appeared from jump points, the largest attack force ever seen. "They're desperate," Captain Jack said, standing beside her. "Hitting a colony this size, they're throwing everything they have at us." The Ravager fleet moved in an aggressive formation, their ships bristling with new weapons. Their message came through all channels: "Surrender Haven Colony or be destroyed. There will be no more escapes." Anna smiled grimly. "They still think we survived by running away." She opened the colony-wide channel. "All defense teams, execute Plan Iron Wall." What looked like panic erupted across the colony. Ships scattered in all directions, systems shutting down, emergency broadcasts filling the space lanes. To the pirates, It appeared their attack had thrown the humans into chaos. That's exactly what Anna wanted them to think. All ships in position, Ryan reported from his command post. He now led his own squadron, hidden among the asteroids surrounding the colony, ready to spring the trap. The pirates pressed their attack, moving closer to the seemingly defenseless colony. Their ships launched the familiar disruption wave, but something was different this time. The wave hit the colony's shields and simply vanished. "Surprise," Anna whispered. The colony's new hybrid defense system, combining ancient electromagnetic principles with advanced alien tech, had absorbed the attack completely. "Now," Jack ordered. Human ships burst from their hiding places, attacking from all sides. But these weren't ordinary vessels. Each one was a testament to humanity's unique approach to space combat. Their hulls contained both pirate-derived technology and simple mechanical systems. Their weapons combined advanced energy beams with old-style kinetic projectiles. The pirates tried to respond, but their tactical computers couldn't predict the humans' actions. Some ships attacked using fully automated systems, while others went completely manual. There was no pattern to analyze, no logic to counter. "Their formation is breaking," Ryan called out. His squadron dove through a gap in the pirate line, launching special missiles that carried miniature versions of the blackout box. 2 pirate ships went dark instantly. The Ravager commander's voice boomed over the emergency channel. "Impossible. Your primitive technology cannot defeat us." "It's not about the technology," Jack responded, leading a boarding team toward the largest pirate ship. "It's about remembering that the simplest solution is sometimes the best one." The battle transformed into chaos, exactly the kind of fight humans excelled at. While pirate ships struggled to coordinate their automated responses, human crews switched freely between computer assistance and manual control, keeping their enemies constantly off balance. "Their flagship shields are down," Anna reported. "Captain Jack, you have your opening." Jack's boarding team, using simple magnetic grapples alongside advanced breach pods, cut their way into the pirate flagship. The scene inside was exactly what they'd expected. Crew members helpless without their automated systems, unable to even open doors manually. "This is Captain Jack to all pirate vessels," he broadcast after reaching the flagship's bridge. "Your command ship is captured. Your disruption weapons are useless. Surrender now." One by one, the remaining pirate ships powered down. The Ravager's reputation for invincibility was shattered. Their entire strategy had been based on the assumption that advanced technology always won, an assumption that humanity had proven dangerously wrong. As the human crews secured their victory, Anna received an urgent message from UEDF Command. Long-range sensors had detected a massive energy signature. The pirates' main fleet was on the move. "They're finally showing us where their home base is," she said. "Just like we planned." The battle for Haven Colony was over, but the real war was about to begin. And this time, humanity would be the ones doing the hunting. The pirate home base hung in the darkness of space like a metal spider in its web. Massive defense platforms surrounded a sprawling space station built into a hollowed-out asteroid. This was where the Ravagers had hidden for decades, safe in their technological superiority. The combined human fleet dropped out of jump space in perfect formation. 50 ships, each one a unique combination of salvaged pirate technology and human innovation. At their head, the flagship Victory carried Captain Jack, Commander Anna, and Ryan, now a full squadron leader. "Last chance," Anna broadcast on all frequencies. "Surrender your base, or we will take it by force." The response came quickly. A massive energy surge as hundreds of pirate ships emerged from hidden docks. The Ravager chief's voice boomed through space. "Foolish humans, you've walked right into our trap. Our home systems cannot be disrupted like simple ships." "We're counting on that," Jack said quietly. The battle began with a familiar sight, the pirates launching their disruption wave. But this time, the human fleet didn't try to dodge or absorb it. Instead, they amplified it, using their modified blackout boxes to create a wave so powerful it overwhelmed even the base's hardened systems. Lights flickered across the pirate station. Emergency power kicked in, but that's exactly what the humans had planned for. All ships, execute Operation Lightning, Anna commanded. The human fleet split into 3 groups. The first, led by Ryan, engaged the pirate ships in close combat. His pilots switched randomly between automated and manual controls, making their movements impossible to predict. The second group, under Anna's command, targeted the defense platforms with their hybrid weapons. Ancient ballistic missiles carried modern warheads, while energy weapons fired through manually aimed targeting systems. Jack led the third group, the boarding parties. Their ships were the strangest of all, looking like something from humanity's earliest days in space, but carrying technology from both Earth and captured pirate vessels. Remember your training, Jack called to his boarding teams. They rely on computers for everything, even their door locks. We don't. The pirates fought back hard, but they couldn't adapt fast enough. Their automated defense systems, programmed to fight threats from advanced alien civilizations, couldn't handle humans using technology from 3 different centuries at once. Inside the station, chaos erupted. The pirates had never experienced a total systems failure in their home base. Most couldn't even find their way around without computer guidance. But the human boarding teams moved efficiently through the darkness, using paper maps and simple compasses alongside night vision gear. Ryan's squadron herded the pirate ships into kill zones where their advanced shields meant nothing against good old-fashioned kinetic weapons. Anna's group systematically disabled the defense platforms using tactics that mixed space-age technology with age-old naval warfare strategies. The Ravager chief made his last stand on the station's main bridge, surrounded by dead screens and useless technology. When Jack's team breached the door using a simple hydraulic ram, they found him staring in disbelief at his powerless command center. "How?" the chief demanded. "We have technology you couldn't imagine." "That's your problem," Jack replied. "You only imagined one way of doing things. Humans never stopped imagining alternatives." The news of the Ravagers' defeat spread quickly through the galaxy. Other alien species, long terrorized by the pirates, came to study the human way of warfare. They were amazed to find that humans didn't just preserve their old technology. They actively maintained the skills to use it. At a ceremony marking the official end of the pirate threat, Commander Anna gave a speech that would be remembered for generations. The greatest strength isn't in having the most advanced technology. It's in remembering that every tool, no matter how old or simple, has value. Humanity never forgot this lesson, and today, we've taught it to the stars. The captured pirate base became a training center, where humans taught other species the art of combining old and new technologies. The pirates' greatest legacy wasn't their advanced technology. It was the lesson they taught the galaxy. Never assume that progress means abandoning the past. Because sometimes, the oldest solutions are still the best ones.